Okay. That's what you're thinking about changing your routine, right?
Yes, totally.
Uh, I recommend you to travel. That will be one way of changing things. I know sometimes expenses they are like a lot, but normally it's an adventure, I would say. So every single time that you try to get like a new place, it's a totally adventure, and you never know what is going to happen. So because it could be that happen good things, or it could be that happen not pleasant things.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Okay. Today I probably Olaris already told you that it will be only you and me because she's I don't know, she's traveling or something.
Yeah, she told me about it.
Okay. Okay. Do we have something pending from last class, or we don't have anything pending?
Mm, as far as
Uh,
I remember, I think we didn't. We don't have anything. Do we?
we don't. So give me 1 second. In the meantime, well, I really enjoyed the topic, the information that you sent me, that you shared with me was really nice, in fact. So I was able to find and all the topic ideas and everything was really good, in fact. So I really enjoyed that. Now, obviously, we're going to be working on different topics, but I would like to know if you already have an idea what will be, because at the end of the class or the course, you have to provide me with an essay. So is that going to be the essay that you're going to perform, or do you have any other topic on mind?
Not sure. Maybe I could use the same. I don't know. I will think on
Okay,
that.
yeah, I'm asking you because I want you to go over it and I want you to refine your ideas. If that's the case, if not, obviously, I mean, you can go ahead and choose another topic or go in a different direction so that you can start like brainstorming regarding what will be a possible topic that you can talk about. Or well, that you want to write about, not to talk.
Okay.
Okay, give me just 1 moment so that I'm pulling out the information. Oh, by the way, remember that the last time you were asking for idioms or phrasal verbs book or some documents, right?
Yes.
I have, okay, I'm looking for it. Because I had a book over here. But it seems that I didn't put it on the folder. Give me 1 second. Let me double check if I have it. Yeah, so I exclusively downloaded the book because you mentioned that, and I wanted to provide that book to you and Alice, obviously. But it seems that I didn't put it on the folder. What happened is that yesterday I had a problem over um, and I lost connection at home, so a big log fell down on the lines of the internet and electricity, and I lost connection and everything. So therefore, so probably at that time that I was adding the information, so it was not added over here. So, but as soon as I get, or when I have connection at home, so I will go ahead and send it to you, either WhatsApp or I would upload that information to the platform.
Okay, thank you.
Uh, 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 1 second. 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 Okay. I want to start something with some reading practice for today. Uh, give me a moment. Hmm. Okay. Okay, so today we are going to be going over some of the information that we already covered. So last time that we were talking about different type of essays that you can go ahead and write about. I don't know if you have any question regarding that particular part or something else that you would like to add or any doubt. It could be anything. Because today we're going to be covering some of the, well, I don't want to cover that myself, specifically, I mean, like, because it's something that it's related to the formatting of the document. So, because I want you to have that, I want you to go over that on your own. So I'll go ahead and provide you with the document, the APA system or form. Give me a moment, because I would upload that over here. Okay, so I'll upload a file with the APA form or guía norma APA that you are supposed to follow. Those pretty much are just like rules in order to provide with, and I'm going to be really specific. So if, for example, if you're like an investigator, you are going to need, or you need in order to provide that with a standard regulation or standard methodology or guidelines in order to go ahead and provide with a particular piece of writing that you're doing. It could be either as a student in your case, or I mean, you can also publish that on a particular uh, newspaper, magazine, scientific magazine, or whatever. So it depends. I don't know if you are like a fan of investigations, but uh, this format will help you to have an idea regarding what are the new methodologies that people they are using when it comes to providing pieces of research or investigations that you want to go ahead and publish. Okay, here we have the information. Okay, I'm gonna start sharing my screen right now. Give me 1 second. Okay, so last time I wanted to concentrate on the reading comprehension. So pretty much right now we're going to be working on that particular thing, reading comprehension assessment. And this is just an evaluation. So that, I mean, if you want, we can go ahead and take it as an evaluation uh, for your score. But if you want to see it just as a practice, because I can get more material regarding this, I want you to go ahead and so that we can read it together, or we can solve it over here as you prefer. If you want me to evaluate that, or if you want me to go ahead and do it just as a practice here.
I think we could do it together. I don't know.
Okay. So, well, we're going to start then. It says read the passage, then answer the questions below. So, in this case, the name of the reading is materials.
But I just can see like the meeting, the screen meeting, not the document.
Reading?
Yeah.
I don't know what happens. Okay. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I see that is in the loop. Sorry. Okay. Give me 1 second. Can you see now the reading?
Yes, now I can.
Okay. Let's start with the first paragraph, please.
Okay. A material is what something is made of. There are five basic materials. Most things are made with these materials. Some things are made of metal, some things are made of glass, some things are made of wood, some things are made of cloth, and some things are made of plastic. There are some other materials, but they are not used as much as these five materials.
Okay. I would hope you're reading then, since we don't have that list. Let's talk about metal first. Metal is very heavy and it's very hard and strong. It usually feels cool if you touch it. We use metal to make lots of things. We use it for forks and knives. We use it for keys. We use it for cars. We use it for these things because it's very strong. Next part.
The second one. The
Yeah.
third one.
Yeah.
Next, let's talk about glass. Glass is very smooth. It feels cool to touch it. It is not as heavy as metal. It is hard, but it's not as strong. It breaks very easily. Then why do we use it? We use it because it is clear. You can see through glass. That's why we use it for windows. That's also why we use it for glasses.
Okay. Let's talk about wood. Wood is lighter than metal and glass. It's not as strong as metal, but it's much stronger than glass. We use wood to make lots of things. Things made from wood are usually light and hard and strong. Chairs, tables are made of from wood. Pencils are made from wood.
Now let's talk about cloth. Cloth is very light. It is much lighter than wood and is very soft. We use cloth to make lots of things. For example, it is used to make clothing and it is used to make blankets.
Thank you. Last, let's talk about plastic. Plastic is also very light, but it's different from cloth. Sometimes it is soft and sometimes it is hard. Plastic can be used to make thin plastic bags. These are light, soft, and strong. But plastic can also be used to make bicycle helmets. These are light, hard, and strong. A helmet and a bag seem different, but they are both made from plastic. Okay, let me move on. The next part.
The first question.
No, so yeah, sure. Sorry. I thought we are like a missing paragraph.
Okay, it says which sentence from the passage best describes the main idea?
So
I
we have
think it's
this.
the letter C. There are five basic materials.
Okay, there are five basic materials. Yeah, I agree with you. So pretty much that will be the summary of that one. So remember that when you're reading, there is a main topic. The main topic, it will be your controlling idea and everything. So pretty much you are telling your readers what you're going to be talking about. So that's the thesis or main idea or controlling idea. So regarding that, so obviously you can go ahead and from there you can go ahead and direct what you want that your readers know about the topic that you're going to be talking about. Okay, next part.
According to the passage, which of these things is a material? Letter D, wood.
Okay, obviously is wood. Next one.
These scroll.
Go ahead, sorry.
Okay, three. According to the passage, how does glass feel? Is I think it's light and hard.
So according to the passage, how does glass feel? Warm and soft, smooth and cool, light and warm, sharp and heavy. Say light and hard. Yeah, I believe so. Okay. Number four, in a paragraph four, passage says wood is lighter than metal and glass. What is the main purpose of this sentence?
To compare something.
To compare. Yes, that's totally right. Number five, which materials will you use if you wanted to make something that was strong and very light?
Wood.
Wood. Yep, exactly. In this passage, the author talks about what?
I think strong things first and weak things.
Mm, yeah, yeah, because he's comparing the attribute of the things. Either they are like strong or they are like light or smooth. Yeah, strong things first, then weak things. Yeah. Okay. So I want to hear your point of view regarding 70.
Which of these materials do you think is best? Maybe it could be wood because it's strong, but it's light. It's not as the metal. It's strong, but it's heavy. So I think the better or the best material is wood.
You consider that wood is better, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me like what type of house would you like to have? I don't know if you already have a house or you own your own house, but I'd like to know if what would be like the type of your idea house, like what kind of materials there it would be made from.
Sorry, what kind of materials?
You want that your house will be made of.
Um. Uh, well, I'm not an expert in those things, but maybe could include part of concrete, of course. Besides concrete, I think some part of wood, and I'm not sure. I have to make a research before buying my house.
I mean, I'm just asking. I mean, wouldn't you like that your house will be made of like these buildings made of glass, like really heavy and beautiful glass?
Yeah, of course, they like glass because of the windows, but um, I don't know what else it could be.
I don't know. I mean, like in my personal opinion, I would say that it's kind of I mean, it's kind of weird for me because I wouldn't like that my house would be with like really big windows made of glass because I feel that I'm not being a private, that I'm being observed. That will be the main reason why I wouldn't like a house made of glass or with like a lot of glass everywhere because of privacy and during the night, like there might be some reflections of things or something that can scare you. I don't know. I mean, it's my personal opinion that sometimes might scare me during the
True.
night. I don't know. Okay, now what is the worst material?
Uh, Maybe plastic.
What?
Um, the how can I say the like the quality is low, no?
The quality is low. Yeah, you can say that. What other things come to your mind when you think about plastic?
Bottles.
And bottles, are they good or bad?
Huh?
Bottles, what do you think? Are they good or bad?
Well, they're easily to break, and also, I mean, the good part maybe is we can recycle bottles, but it's not like the perfect material to keep it. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, that's true. It's a valid answer. And well, I remember that when I was a kid, my grandmother she had like a big pot made of clay. So, And in this case, I used to go ahead and pure water over there, and it was one of my favorite things that I remember used going over there. I remember that I used to go ahead and grab a plastic cup or any type of utensil that I can go ahead and use to drink water, and the water over there was really fresh. So it was people nowadays they still make those things. They made um, different type of pottery that it's made of either mud or it could be clay, different materials. Now they do it from cement, but the thing is, it's not the same thing. It's not the same quality. Now there's like a lot of contamination. I don't know if you have stopped yourself to think about like if you are using the correct plastic, because we were talking about plastic. Have you checked if the plastic that you're using for eating or storing food is the correct one?
No, I haven't. Just when I want to put maybe a container made of plastic into the
Microwave.
microwave. Yeah, that's the only thing that I check.
Yeah, I know. It's the common thing. Sometimes we don't even stop to think about that. It's about the type of certification that things they have. For example, plastic, there is appropriate plastic for human consumption. And when I'm talking about that is like the type of plastic that doesn't, um, in this case, do not um, solve, I mean, like in this case, the specific word, it will be they do not pollute the environment with microplastic. It's like when something is hot or cold, it might change the chemical structure of plastic, and in this case, might pass on some particles of plastic to your food or your beverage. It depends. So normally, so there has to be like a regulation for that or certification. Plastic number 3, if I'm not wrong. So it's the plastic that you can use in plastic cups or food containers that you normally use or you should be using, in order to go ahead and use it safely for food. Now, obviously, plastic is one of the materials, one of the most useful materials in the world because you can go ahead and turn plastic into different things. Uh, the computer that you're using right now, it's made with plastic parts, mouse, microphone, telephones, everything. It's made of plastic right now. But obviously, you need to go ahead and consider like your health when it comes to the fact of using plastic on your food or human consumption. So now, so obviously, the text over here is talking about fine materials. Mainly, it's talking about that it's just like an informative thing that we are using. So in the past, people they used to use different materials in order to provide or use it for different things. I mean, it doesn't have to be something specific. Even the same writing, when you wanted to write something, people they used to write on stones. They used to write on leather. Nowadays, we use paper. So, or other type of things that we use as materials for writing. Sometimes we don't even have to write anything. I mean, we can go ahead and do it everything on the computer and save it. We don't have to waste paper. But obviously, there are like things that you can print, so you can go ahead and share. We're talking about publishing an article on a journey or a particular magazine. So in this case, that will be when you want to print or when you want that something, it will be, printed on a particular situation or location. Okay, so this was just a small practice regarding reading. I had another one. Let me look for it. Or if not, we can jump into. One second. Okay. When you want to write something, you're going to be using cohesion and coherence. I would like you to tell me, according, I don't know if you have researched that, I would like you to tell me what is cohesion.
Um, well, not sure. I it's something that is need to be in a part of a text. I don't know.
Okay, it's something that has to be in a text, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cohesion, it pretty much it is about mm, how you see the things in a complete. How do I tell you this? Give you an example. Is the whole thing. I mean, it's obviously cohesion has to do with how your text is related with the rest of the text. For example, obviously you're going to have a main idea or a thesis idea. Cohesion means that all of the rest of the paragraphs they circle around the same main idea. For that reason, when you're going to be writing something, you have to start with an idea, a main idea, because if not, when mm, you do not do it in that way, you are going to be going, you're going to brainstorm obviously about the particular topic that you want to talk about. But at the end, so you're going to keep brainstorming. So you have to delimit your topic. Um, one of the examples, give me 1 second. I want to take show you this. 1 second. Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. This is what you sent me. I really
Yes.
like it because it's really complete. When you say this is idea, a fulfilling life is achieved by balancing structured routines with spontaneous experiences, as this prevents inactivity while encouraging personal growth. The topic sentence. So, maintaining a balance is indispensable for achieving integrated well-being and a vital lifestyle. My question is this one: is that your the topic of what you're going to be writing about? Is that your topic? Is that your like what you're going to be presenting? I mean, not asking you if you're going to present this like a final project, but what you want to tell me as a teacher or as a reader, don't think about me as a teacher, but as a reader, is that what you're going to be talking? Is that your topic? Is what you're going to be talking about?
I think I'm gonna take that topic because it's a really interesting topic for me. So I think I'm gonna take that one.
Okay, so you're gonna take that topic then, but that is your topic, right?
Yeah, maybe that one. Yeah.
Okay, I'm asking you that because and I'm saying this is, I really want you to delimit your ideas, and you are doing that. In this case, Odalis, she's going to be reviewing this video as well. And this is, believe me, it's constructive ideas, the ones that I'm giving you. Your topic is, I really like it because, as I said, it is, you're delimiting your information. And this is the same thing that I want that Odalis makes because, and I'm going to show you, I want to take your information as examples of this. Okay. This is you, and this is Odalis. So in this case, I don't have it here downloaded. I really like Odalis' ideas regarding her topic, but the only thing that I can tell Odalis, and I hope you hear this or watch this, Odalis, uh, is this one. She's like sharing good ideas, and I don't want you to go over, or I want to go over everything here because I already read them, and they're really good ideas for both of you. But in this case, in your case, Odalis, and if you can see Mercedes, is this one, done later. So when you say it's done later, it's really broad. It's really broad because you need to delimit more your ideas. So because if you say done later, sounds like a slogan.
I can see the document you downloaded.
You cannot see it.
No, I can't.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what. I cannot control this thing over here. Can you see this? Where it says Odalis or no?
Yes, only that part.
Only that part. Give me 1 second. Okay. Now can you see it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what I mean is the following thing. Done later sounds uh, like a slogan, like a motto, like a particular thing where you want to sponsor something. It's not bad. What needs to be done on this particular case, needs to be delimited more. Um, you want to propose yourself or provide ideas of what you want to talk about, what you want to convey to people. Do you want that people they do not litter, obviously, but how? Like, what is the cause of uh, the people is littering? What is the main cause of littering? Um, which method do you recommend for not littering? So, I mean, there's like a lot of different things. You can go ahead and, or in this case, Lali, she can go ahead and delimit the topic more like um, littering in Managua is one of the main causes that, for example, ditches are contaminating the lake. That could be like a topic in the middle of the year, you can say. But in this case, the not litter is really wide. I mean, you can go everywhere or anywhere with this topic. So in this case, when you're giving me your topic, is more delimited. So that's a good way of doing it. So in the case of Alice, your case of Alice, I would like you to delimit the topic more, not just like saying the topic in just 2 words because it's too broad. The rest of the things that you put over here, they're really good. So I really enjoyed that part. But as I said, it's like, for example, over here it says one of the most immediate and dangerous consequences of littering in Manaus street is the creation of sanitary breeding grounds and disease-carrying pests. So in this case, it could be like your topic could have been like what are the main causes of contamination of the streets in Managua, or how the contamination it's creating disease for citizens in Managua. Example, I mean, those are like kind of topics that could have improved because you are delimiting. In this case, you are telling me dónde está pasando, where is it happening, a quién, who is happening to, how, cómo. Remember the in this case the interview questions cómo, cuándo, dónde, por qué, like those are like basic things when you're going to be writing. So you need to, and that way delimit your topic. You have to say like cómo, quién, para quién. So and you need to think about the audience because uh, you want that audience either inform, either explain, either you're going in this case to promote something, or you are going to not to advertise because that's not the idea, but pretty much like informative, argumentative, or in this case any other particular of the essays that we're going to be using. So therefore topic has to be like more specific in here, so it's a little bit broader. So like in the information that you were sharing. Okay. Can you see that, Mercedes?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like in this case, a fulfilling life is achieved by balancing structured routines with spontaneous experiences, as this prevents inactivity while encouraging personal growth. Um, it's well delimited in terms of writing. I will go ahead and take this as a good idea. And the only thing that I will do to your idea, Mercedes, it will be probably shorten the idea a little bit because you're including like a lot of things. I don't know if in the things that you're going to be writing, you're going to be covering that. When you say a fulfilling life is achieved by balancing structured routines with spontaneous experiences. Okay, to that part, I would say it's a good topic as this prevents inactivity while encouraging personal growth. So in this case, I will go ahead and leave the idea until here, but the rest you can use it to develop. You can go ahead and include activities or talk about the different activities. You can talk about personal growth if you want, or unless that you want to include this phrase or words that you were giving me over there as the particular part of the topic, but in a different way, more condensed, I would say, easier to go ahead and be included. But I really like that part. This is the idea, and that's why I'm moving on to maintaining a balance is indispensable for achieving integrated well-being and vital lifestyle. So that will be your topic as you are giving me over there. But as I said, like in here, you can go ahead and probably include it in the development of this. So on the rest of your writing, but I really like it. So, and that's what I want that Alice will be making. So I want that she delimits her topic a little bit more because it's a little bit broader. It's a really nice and good topic, but can short that more. Okay. One moment. Move to the next part, which is I think it was this one. Yeah, one way of achieving fluency when it comes to either writing or speaking, it will be connectors and linkers. Connectors and linkers pretty much are the way that your conversation or your writing can go smoother. Okay, so let me read that part so that we can go ahead and go through the rest of the things. Having one's mind made up with your ideas clear is one thing, but another more difficult thing is to express them. As the same thing that I was saying, I said we have like many things to say or many things to write about, but you have to have like a really good deal of vocabulary or expressions or synonyms in order to go ahead and make it fluent. That you are saying not the same idea, something similar, but at the end you want that flow and reinforce what you were saying. But sometimes you don't want to sound repetitive. And one of the things that we normally do when we are speaking, it's we're using filler words. Do you know what is the filler words, Mercedes?
Filler words.
Yeah, filler words.
It's like the palabras de relleno in a text.
Not in a text only, but when you're talking,
In a s-
have you identified one filler words that you use?
Not sure.
Okay, filler words can be also sounds. I normally do that. One of the particular things that I do, and one of the filler words that I have, and I use the most, I would say this. Um, um, so those are things that I tend to use, and it's not because I'm overthinking or thinking too much or thinking that hard in things that I have on my head. It's because I feel that a good transition, and it's my opinion, it's not expert's opinion. If you are like conveying or expressing an idea, obviously you are thinking, you are not a robot. You can go ahead and express your ideas in a manner in which you want that people convey and understand what you're saying. But definitely you have to sound natural. For me, natural speaking, it's with a little bit of filler words, and I tend to abuse of that by using the and another filler word is okay, the type of okay. And so okay, so therefore that's a connector or a linker. But filler words are those palabras que utilizas como muletilla, or what we say in Spanish muletillas all the time. That you use in like okay, then, so, those are like filler words that you can avoid using because people they see like a kind of lack of ideas on your head. So when you're using filler words, but definitely, as I said, it's my personal opinion. I believe conversation can smoothly flow when you have a little bit of filler words and you're talking. So, do you have any, or have you realized about any words that you use in Spanish or English?
Um,
I use all the time. It sounds like a gooey person. So it's like entonces, o hay personas que cuando están hablando dice, ¿me entendés? ¿Qué tal cosa? Bla, 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 they continue, ¿me entendés? They continue speaking in ¿me entendés? All the time. Or uh, I had another one in Spanish that I don't remember. I just forgot. Anyone that you think of or that you have?
I think in both in Spanish and English, I always use so.
So,
Yeah, even in Spanish. So that's my filler word.
okay. Okay. The particular, okay. So I use it all the time as well. Uh, regarding the information between different sentences as part of the sentence or clauses, that's what connectors and linkers are used to. We use connectors so to establish right meaning of sentences with other sentences or within each sentence. Using wrong words may lead to a misunderstanding, if not a complete loss of what we are saying. That's why mastering as many connectors as you can may help you to improve understanding and expression in English. Most of these relationships or functions are achieved by means of clauses, proposiciones, or like in English we have like uh, subjunctive, or we have main clauses. It's like in the paragraphs, you have the main idea and you have the supported ideas. So in English, when you're saying a sentence, obviously there is one part that can stand alone by itself, and there is another one that needs a complement or needs the main idea to survive. Because standing alone without the main idea, it could be like, what? What does that mean? I mean, it's weird. So same thing happens with the sentence over here. So it means that their ideas they can live, I would say, by themselves, or there are others that they cannot live without the dependence of the primary one. So same thing happens with connectors when you have a main clause or a secondary clause or a subjunctive clause. Most of these relationships or functions are achieved by means of clauses, which are part of sentences that would be uh, shaky and weak, somehow semantically finished without a main clause to accompany. Some other times they are introduced by phrases, syntagmas, which are simply groups of words that do not belong to a sentence, synthetically speaking. Expressing purpose of aim. So we have some Spanish over there. So the normal one that we use to, para. So in order to, we use that a lot in order so as to. So he went to France so as to learn French. In order to, she came to Spain in order to learn Spanish too. He went to Scotland to learn English. So those are like the connector words that we can use with to, in order, or so as for. A knife is used for cutting. Reason or cause. Can you please read that one? Sorry, Mercedes.
Okay, the structure because plus sentence. The example I couldn't go then because I had to study. Since plus sentence. Since there wasn't enough show, they didn't go skiing. As plus sentence. As I am very busy studying for my exams, I won't go with you. For plus sentence. He isn't allowed to smoke. For he's still a kid. For plus gerund, the ing. They put him in prison for stealing forbidden books. Because of plus noun pronoun, we couldn't go because of the storm. Due to plus noun slash pronoun. Due to his bad attitude, he lost his job.
Okay. So how many of those do you think that you would use as providing with a reason? Do you think you use them most of the time in that way, or you will only use because or cause? Like in this case, cause is a diluted form of because. So
Well, mostly in a daily conversation, I mostly use because as um for, but with a gerund and because of. But since and due to, it's not my like in my vocabulary because it's a bit formal in English for me. But yeah, I mostly the other ones.
okay, due to, well, now you have, so that's the idea that we're learning new expressions in order to provide more useful or more smooth transition between one phrase and another one. And at the same time, so when you are going through these transitions, either writing or speaking, it's better because you're going to sound more fluent. Expressing result of consequence. I really like this one because remember that every act has a consequence. So in this case, we have the following. So the one that we use all the time, so plus adjective plus adverb. We were so impatient that we couldn't wait for them. Such plus adjective plus noun plus that. It says, they had such a big dog that nobody dared to go near their house. So you're using as a consequence. If you see over here, so nobody's coming close to the house because there is a big dog. That's the main reason. Next one. So many plus plural, countable noun plus that. There were so many people that we couldn't get into the pub. Okay, so consequence, result, or consequence of something. So much. He drank so much wine that he got drunk. So again, así pues que por eso we use it in Spanish or English. The party was boring, so I left early. Really easy, right? I mean, like we use so as a because, as a consequence, as the reason about I'm sorry, the result of something. So in this case, so we use it most of the time. It's one of our filler words, so we can go ahead and not avoid, but know how to use it or what other options we have to use it. As a result, consequence. As a result of the war, the prices of oil and bread went up enormously. Therefore, I really like therefore. It's probably one of the I use the most. I think therefore, I mean, they save the price money from the lottery. Therefore, they were rich. Por lo tanto, por consiguiente, so we can use therefore. Thus, it should be applied thus. So, por lo tanto, de este modo, so it could be translation for that. Por consiguiente, it should be applied thus. We refuse to go along with it. Those provoking her classmates. I was only 16 and thus unable to vote or drive. Por lo tanto. So since the person was only. For this, for that reason, I haven't eaten in 2 days. For this reason, I am hungry. That's why uh, I've been ill. That's why I didn't call. Consequently, many of the university subjects are available. I'm sorry, subjects available are not taught at high schools, and consequently, they may be unfamiliar. Okay. Condition. So linker words expressing condition. Mercedes, please.
Okay, see, if you drink, don't drive. If not, no. If you don't study, you won't pass. Unless, menos que, unless you study, you won't pass. Whether or, see you, I don't know whether we'll stay or we'll go home. As long as, solo si, siempre y cuando, as long as you study, you may pass. Providing that, mientras que, siempre y cuando, she can come providing that you sleep in separate rooms. Even if, aunque incluso si, even if he started studying now, he wouldn't be ready for the exam tomorrow.
Okay. So as I mentioned previously on this one, the reason and cause it's similar to a condition. So because there is a main thing and there is a subjunctive clause. As long as you study, you may pass. Even if he started studying now, he wouldn't be ready for the exam tomorrow. I can obviate the rest at the beginning. he wouldn't be ready for the exam tomorrow. That sentence can stand by itself. But if the other one, even if he started studying now, what? So that sounds like an incomplete sentence. Providing that, that's not a new one, I would say, but I don't know if you knew that one. Providing that, mientras que, siempre y cuando, she can come, providing that you sleep in separate rooms. Ella puede venir siempre y cuando, siempre y cuando, o mientras que, so, ella o duermas, tú duermas en otro cuarto. So that will be, in this case, the condition. So you can always say, she can come, providing that you sleep in separate rooms. Okay? So you can, the sentence she can come can stand alone, but the other one sounds a little bit odd or weird regarding like what are you trying to say. Okay, contrast and concession. This one is a little bit big, so but typically when we are going to go ahead and solve or provide an argument over there or want to establish a contrast, we always use but. But I mean, we normally abuse of that. But it's one of the things more abused when you're writing or when you're speaking. There are other way of saying but in a written or speaking form. He hadn't any money, but he got a ticket. Okay, simple. However, sin embargo, he hadn't any money. However, he got a ticket. He spent all his spare money, but he will have his credit card. I mean, if we replace the however with but, so in that case, but it will be, you can put it anywhere. But there are other ways. There are synonyms. There are other words that you can use in order to convey the same message. He spent all his spare money. However, he still has his credit card. Nevertheless, no obstante, he hadn't any money. Nevertheless, he got a ticket. Nonetheless, he spent all his spare money. Nevertheless, he still had his credit card. He hadn't any money. Nonetheless, he got a ticket. He spent all his spare money. Nonetheless, he still had his credit card. Although or though, you can use either or although. Although he hadn't any money, he got a ticket. Though he hadn't any money, he got a ticket. He got a ticket, although though he hadn't any money. Even though, that's another one. I don't know if I do you use even though, Mercedes?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. Even though he hadn't any money, he got a ticket. He got a ticket even though he hadn't any money. So if you realize the position of even though, you can either put it at the beginning or you can put it in the middle. So you can be connecting the two sentences, or you can go ahead and start at the sentence if you want to go ahead and put it over there. In spite of, in spite of not having enough money, having the money, he got a ticket. Despite, despite not having money, he got a ticket. In spite of the fact that he hadn't any money, he got a ticket. If you see, most of them, they're really similar. Despite and spite, or despite and in spite of, despite the fact that they're really similar. A pesar, a pesar, a pesar. So, unlike, a diferencia, this is another one. A diferencia, unlike your mom, hers is more distant and colder, unlike her mom. That's not one that we use that much. I don't use it that much, unlike her mom. So think about sentences that you can use the expression unlike. A diferencia de. On the one hand, por un lado, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure that you use that one a lot. On the other hand, uh, those are like expressions that they are really close or linked together because it's like una de un lado y la otra del otro lado. I mean, esos son lo que significan prácticamente. So on the one hand, reading is very enriching. On the other hand, it can also be boring when you don't like what you must read. Es como que te da dos caras de la moneda. Tal cosa, digamos, is like, for example, on one hand, plastic, it's a really useful material. On the other hand, it's one of the materials that contaminate the most the world. Example, I mean, those are like really expressions that you can go ahead and compare, like make a contrast over there. Wow. Remember that what we are seeing here is a contrast, concession. While, mientras que British cars are small, while American ones are long. Whereas British cars are small, whereas American ones are long. Okay, so most of them they're contrasted ones. Uh, Mercedes, can you please read the other one? And before you do it, so also another one that we use or abuse that much, and but those are like the ones that they are being most abused when you're writing or when you're speaking.
Okay. And I like eating pizza and vegetables. Also, I also like eating them too. I like eating them too, as well. Do they like eating them as well? As well as I like eating pizza as well as vegetables. Moreover, it seems moreover that they were related. She doesn't like eating any meat. Moreover, she hates raw fish. Furthermore, we can judge him only by what we have heard. Furthermore, we need to look into his motives. She doesn't like eating any meat. Furthermore, she hates raw fish. Besides, I wasn't interested in the talk. Besides, I was feeling very tired. No one knows besides you. In addition to, we want some more books in addition to our previous order. In addition to our previous order, we want some more books. We made previous order. In addition, we want to ask. Mm, I think you have to scroll down.
Yes, all right.
We want to ask for some more books. Apart from, I like all kind of pasta. And apart from that, he like little else. What's more, he loves pasta, and what's more, he owns in an Italian restaurant. Not only, but also, not only did he hit her, but he killed her. Both, and she didn't like eating both pizza and chicken. Both Mark and Jennifer like reading. Neither not. My grandmother likes neither pizza nor chicken. Neither Mark nor Jennifer like smoking. Either or, we can eat either meat or fish. Either you go or you stay. Make up your mind now.
Okay. Uh, are well, those ones, the last ones, I really enjoy because they're also providing a little bit of contrast, I would say, because this is adding more information. But in the case of these ones, they're really linked together. Both and children like eating pizza, eating both pizza and chicken. Neither nor. So I don't know if you use that one, but I definitely like using it when I can, but most of the time I get consumed by the normal expressions they use every day. So as I said, when we're studying a course for communication, we normally use the same words all the time. Either we use the common expressions or we use other ones that can go ahead and give us like a better uh, I would say status that you know know or handle knowledge, in that case, feel free to go ahead and use this one. Neither nor. Either we go or either we stay. Either you stay at home or you can come with me. So those are like a little bit of conflicts. I those like particular ones. Paraphrasing. So when paraphrasing, it's when you want to say something in a different way. That is to say, I like using eco vehicle. That is to say, bicycles and skateboards. In other words, es decir, or en otras palabras, you have serious doubts about what I am saying. In other words, you don't trust me. Okay? Paraphrasing. Those one are really useful over here. Okay, and we have a lot of more over there that I'm not sure if you have seen them. I want you to go ahead and go through them and start using them. I don't know if you want we can go over them over here, or we can go ahead and do it by yourself. Mercedes, what do you think? You can check them by yourself.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Well, for example, we have, I like just this one, ordering logically your ideas. So first of all, so obviously, first of all, it's the one that you're going to be using initially. First of all, antes que nada, so, o primero, first and foremost, ante todo, lo primero y más importante, first and foremost, I am thankful for people who supported my decision. First and foremost, that sounds like at the beginning of a speech. First and foremost, in the first place, en primer lugar, firstly, that's another way of saying iniciando o comenzando o primeramente. To start with, para empezar, I mean, that's really explained by itself. In second place, or secondly, last but not least, por último pero no menos, finally. So those are like the logical orders of some ideas. Obviously, you can use this either when you are speaking or when you are like writing something. You can, first of all, or in the first place, secondly, or in second place, that's normally something that you use when you are writing an essay. You can go ahead and either use these expressions or use any other type of transition words in order to convey your ideas. Summarizing, personal opinion, you have different ones. As a matter of fact, de hecho, so you have those linking words over there and connectors that you can use on your readings or your speaking. I'm sorry, your readings or your speaking. Um, yeah, 1 second. We have this activity over here. Okay. So when we were talking about cohesion, so that it was something that I mentioned uh, the other time. There are some techniques when you're writing or when you are, in this case, reading. Uh, I mentioned that skimming and scanning are like useful things when you are going to be reading. Obviously, once that you start reading, you're going to enrich your vocabulary. You are going to um, growth your ideas because you know more. So the more you read, the better that you will know or have more expressions in order to uh, put on your practice. Okay, let's go ahead and read through this. Give me 1 second, let me present. Mm, not this one, this one. Okay. Skimming and scanning are two type of techniques that you normally use when you're reading. Uh, Particularly, they are used in order to save time because specifically when you are like working as a teacher or you are a student, you want to get to the bottom or grasp the main idea of text, but you don't want to waste too much time in reading everything or every single detail. Obviously, there are words or things that they are really key parts of the reading. Therefore, you need to go ahead and use different techniques in order to grab the main idea. Uh, for next Sunday, I will go ahead and upload a reading practice that I will evaluate, and I want you to go ahead and work on that one. I will put different exercises so you can go ahead and practice your reading and different activities. But I want to that we know this particular techniques that we use for reading. In this case, Mercedes, can you please read what is a skimming?
Okay, skimming is when you move your eyes quickly over a text to locate the main themes. It helps you get the general idea of the text without reading every word. This is often called the gist of the text. The details are not important when skimming.
Okay. So as you see, or you heard, or you're reading, a skimming pretty much is just ojear. So you, for example, if I provide you whatever, so for example, if I do this, I don't know if you can see it. Give me 1 second. Hmm. For example, there was. Can you see my screen, Mercedes, or just the part where I was?
Yeah, just the part, the skimming and scanning.
Okay. For example, if I do this like right now, I'll go ahead and provide you with. Uh, no sé por qué siempre me saca de aquí esto. Can you see that right now?
No, you're not sharing?
Give me a moment. Can you see on my screen the files? Can you see the document?
Yeah, the files. Yeah.
And do you see something says mystery of moldy food?
Yeah.
But you don't see the reading, right?
No, just like the file and
I don't know what's going on with this thing. Last time it was working completely fine. I don't know why it's right now. Let me see if I can share the whole screen. Okay. Can you see my whole screen? Can you see right now this? The mystery of moldy food?
yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so for example, if I grab you right now and I say, okay, the mystery of moldy food, what do you think I'm going to be talking about? I don't have to explain or tell you what is the topic about, right? So you can go ahead and that's another technique, inference it or infer. So you can infer what's going to be the topic about. Give me your ideas, just really quick because we don't have too much time. What do you think it will be the talk or the topic about?
Um, I don't
So,
know. Maybe the mystery about a food.
okay, that's
I
not
don't
that's not very specific, but okay, okay. Those are your cats, right?
know.
Those are your cats in the background.
Yeah.
I lost my cat yesterday. I was scared, really scared, in fact. So,
He's coming back. They can disappear for 3 days and they are going back. I have experienced that before.
what happened is that these guys that they're like killing the mosquitoes. They came with the bombs and everything, so they were like pumping the chemical in the house, and the cat was sleeping, and she like ran from the house really fast, and it disappeared. So the whole day was not at home, and I was looking for it, and I found her on a really big wall on a drench or a ditch, you could say, and it was really high, and I was like trying to grab her, and when I was trying to grab her, she escaped. She ran away. I was like I was desperate and sad at the same time, and what happens is that she came back at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, they like that. Cats are like that.
Yeah, okay, so for example, if I give you this idea, Mr. Moldy food, probably you're going to think about that something that is being rotten, food that is not in good conditions. So probably that's what you will have. So skimming is that, okay, I'm going to read through this really quick. So I don't know what is it about. I won't concentrate on details, but it's about food and not in good condition, let's say. Okay, that's the skimming idea. Now, what's a scanning then? Read it, Mercedes.
Scanning, on the other hand, is used to find specific details in a text. Instead of reading everything, you search for keywords, numbers, dates, or particular phrases that answer a given question.
Okay. One of the particular weaknesses of scanning, it will be that sometimes you can find information really easy, or sometimes it will be difficult because if there is like too much information, normally scanning it will be working on texts that they are not that long. Because if you're going to be scanning a whole book, I mean, you're not going to find all the information like at first. So you need to know, like, for example, probably if you already read the book or the information and you know in what page it is, what you're looking for, you can scan through that. Oh, okay, here it is. This is the word that I'm looking for. This is the date or whatever. It's useful. But if it's for small text books or magazines or articles, it's really useful because you're going to find information that it will be something that you will be using. What's the difference between skimming and scanning? Well, skimming and scanning are both reading strategies that involve fast reading. There is a difference between them. Skimming helps you understand the overall meaning of the text. Skimming is useful for answering main ideas and summary questions. Scanning helps you locate precise information. Scanning is useful for answering questions that require finding specific facts. Okay, so and we're going to do that in the next class. We're going to do a practice, and I will assign you something so that we can go ahead and work at that one. Um, I would assign you something, as I said, for next class. I would upload that Monday or Tuesday, that it will be a reading practice, another one, and I want you to work on that part. So I don't know. Do you have any questions or any comments right now, Mercedes?
No, no, no.
Okay. Well, if that's not the case, then I'll go ahead and see you next class, next Sunday.
Sure.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Uh,